Okay, this is my new project here. It's a 1978 motorhome. The body is in good condition as far as the chassis. The only has 40, I think 2,000 miles on it, something like that. And the run's good, and these things drive kind of rough, but as far as I can tell, it drives correctly. It was Z-barded when it was new, so I think that's kind of saved the undercarriage, the frame, and everything's in really good shape. No real rust on anything critical that I've found. The only thing I found is where there's two batteries up front, there's some rust on the inner fenders on each side. Looked like probably where battery acid had started some rust on each side, but again, that's on the inner fenders. It don't look like it'd be that hard to fix. And then here on these mirror brackets, there's some rust. One rust hole. I think it's the only rust hole I've found on it. But everything works good. The doors hang good. It's just, no real cracks on the dash or anything. It's the typical 78 look. As far as the colors and stuff, they're not very attractive, but we'll probably be doing something about that. And here's all the plugs where it was undercoated. So it was undercoated very thoroughly, and you can still see some of it under here. Has a 460 Ford in it, and like I said, it drives good. I'm going to be doing quite a bit to the engine too. I'll be doing some gaskets and water pump and fuel pump and things like that to try to make sure that it doesn't cause me trouble. But that's going to be toward the end of the job. This is the big job on this one. This thing is rotted out, all the frame. The metal actually looks pretty good, but inside the structure of this back is gone. And like I said, I'm learning as I go on this. It's the first time I have tackled a project on a motorhome. I've done a lot of construction and remodeling and mechanical work and stuff, so this is going to, I guess, bring all of those things together, and we'll see how it turns out. I'm also learning about the different systems that a motorhome has, or an RV has, and I may be modifying some of them a little bit. I'm thinking this one will be all electric when I'm done. Part of what I've taken apart so far is this is the air conditioner off the roof. I haven't even turned any of this on. Kind of afraid to turn anything on, so I'm just going to kind of take it apart and inspect everything and try everything out before I put it back together. Rewire is needed, but I've been told that these things are usually pretty durable, but I don't know. Looks pretty old to me, but I'll clean it up a little bit and see if it works. But I've got that off the roof, and see all everything's kind of put together the same way on these. I think it's pretty typical. But again, here's the other side. It's rotted. It's rough. But if things go as planned, I'm going to start off gutting the interior, and I've already started that. But I'm going to gut the interior, and then I'm going to start taking this outer part apart. I would like to be able to just do one section at a time, be it this wall, the roof, or the other wall, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I may have to just take it right down the whole thing, but I hope not. I'll see how that goes. But again, I've already started taking this apart. See, somebody has done some paint work to it previously, and this is the paneling. This is back in a closet, so it still survived here a little bit, but this is what color it was. But now I'll get up into the damage. And this right here, most of that appears to have been from a leaking luggage rack. And now here's we really get into it. When I tore this out, here's what we have. And it's not like you have a whole lot of structure anyway, so you don't have a lot to spare. But that just looks like 1/4-inch plywood. And so apparently that's the way this thing was constructed. 1/4-inch plywood with a few staples in it. Looked like Ed backed it up some here where the window air conditioner, or the rooftop air conditioner was. So, but the only thing good that I have found so far is that the roof is in, the metal itself is in good condition as far as I can tell. All the leaks have been from the edges and so forth. And I have initially started off with the idea that I was going to put a white rubber roof, I think they call it a cool roof or something like that on it, and until I got into how much it cost. And again, this older one, I didn't pay much for it, but I don't want to get into I don't want to start off with an expense just for the roof of you know, $700 or $800 for the roof right off the bat. I'm thinking, as far as the structure goes, this wouldn't include any of the interior, but I think the structure, I don't see anything here that would cost more than maybe $500 to build all the structure back and you know, basically take the metal off, build the structure back, and get back to a shell here that's sturdy. But when you start messing with the metal and the roof, you can get into money real quick. And so what I'm going to do, I'm thinking now, is that since the metal is in good condition, I'm going to try to get it off in one piece and just clean it up and paint it and put this back together just the way it did from the factory. And I would imagine that would probably be you know, probably better than most things. I've also seen some different roll-on sealers that I can use, and I might end up doing that too, but I'm going to try to just put it back the way it was. I don't really see anybody else doing it that way, and I may find out why when I get part way through, why nobody else is doing it that way. But that's going to be what I'm looking at doing. One of the things that well, looks like my door's not going. There we go. Actually the tub, I don't know if that's original to this or not, but it looks in good shape. All of it'll be gutted, you know, pulled out, but as far as I can tell, I'll be cleaning that up and putting it back in. The toilet, maybe the hood vent there, I might clean that up and paint it and put it back. Refrigerator, I don't think I'm going to fool with. I think I'm going to be just getting rid of that and maybe saving some parts off of it. I'm going to pretty much make this all electric, so I'm going to just be using a refrigerator like you would buy at Sam's or something like that, just like a large dorm refrigerator. And when I build the cabinets back, I will just build it in. As my intentions are now, things will pretty much be laid out the same as they are here. Have it put a TV in it and probably do some pre-wiring for some audio and things, and reupholster all the material on the seats back here. And I threw away the old nasty mattresses that were in here that had been leaked on. And this is in bad shape too. You can see that's kind of fallen in on either side. So this is a lot of structural damage to this. And the structural damage really don't intimidate me too much. It's going to be, my big challenge is going to be not putting too much money into this old RV. But I'll be doing this a little bit at a time, and so over the next few months, I guess, if things go as planned, and I have a business where I end up with a lot of leftover material as far as you know, miscellaneous plumbing things and construction items and things. So we'll see how it goes. I'm sure this won't be anything to that a person could do to make money. This is just going to be one of my little projects that I like to have to keep me busy and doing something when I'm off. But when I watched other YouTube videos, people tearing into projects, I've seen some similar damage. It's just I have never seen one that had this much. And I would imagine people who have fooled with these a lot maybe have, but at least on YouTube I haven't seen any that was quite this bad. So maybe this will encourage you to tackle your own project, and as I get into different things, I'll take videos and might help you when you're working on your own.